Yes! England have made it. England have knocked Germany out. There is a very small-looking Adam McCullough.
It's coming
Lawrence
out.
McKenna. It is unbelievable. I cannot... it's almost so difficult to process. England have made history today, a symbolic victory. England have knocked Germany out of Euro 2020 at Wembley. The route to the final is now looking so favourable. We've had a wonderful day here on the kickoff. I hope you're watching. Make sure that you are tuned in on Saturday. England playing either Sweden or the Ukraine. The kickoff is going to be alive for that. More sparring between me and this gentleman here.
Imagine the first year, obviously we've worked each other a lot, but the first year we do kick-off together, England win a
Chelsea
trophy.
win a Champions League and England win a trophy.
I don't care about
Mate,
Chelsea, but imagine that.
It's amazing. Mate, I mean, you and I had some good sparring matches today on the kickoff. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The point that was
I
made...
find it difficult to make my points because we're winning, and I'm caught in that moment then of just enjoy the win, do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I hear you two saying things that I don't agree with, and you know what I'm like, and
Yeah.
it's like you just...
No, I think the truth probably lies somewhere between. The crux of the argument was I was saying that Southgate got it right. Bringing Jack Grealish on when he did was tactically astute. Playing the system that we played worked, and ultimately England are through, Germany are out. Adam, you think that it's a slightly unambitious system and therefore we could end up paying the price for that?
I could accept it today.
Right.
We did a preview for the game, and I predicted that he would play that way because I felt their threats were their wing backs. Goossens, I think his name is.
Yeah,
he's
Goossens
looking
and
really
Kimmich
good.
and that, yeah.
But I felt we had to stop them, so I accepted it in this game. It's in the other games that I don't accept it, and we've seen against Czech Republic, Croatia, Scotland, the performances haven't been good enough. And we got the results in those games, and you could say, well, you got to credit him for that. But actually, some of those games were closer than they should have been, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my fear, going into the games against Sweden, Ukraine, Czech Republic, or Denmark. If you get through the next round and then you play one of Czech Republic or Denmark, obviously, that those teams are the underdog teams.
Yeah.
So then they sit back.
True.
So then that would be where we find it more difficult to do. And if he picks the players he has been picking, which I feel like, especially when, like you guys, well, he can't change the team now. Well, actually, it's different opposition. Let's use a boxing quote, kick-off bingo. Styles make fights, you know what I mean? So you have to change your style for different opposition. And I think that's the case for the Sweden.
Yeah, I think it's something that, if we analyse what Southgate did today, persevering with Kane and Sterling, giving Bukayo Saka another run out after a man of the match performance in the previous game, those three decisions, do you think they were correct?
I think yes, and I could see that happening. I felt we need, obviously Mount couldn't play because of
the issues.
I felt we needed one of Mount and Grealish in that front three just to tie that all together. But I understood why he did it as well, because hopefully Saka and Sterling pin back their wing backs.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Trippier and Shaw who will have ball in front of their wing backs, and you can potentially get the ball into the box.
So the thing that you and I clashed on was, I think it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on this if you wouldn't mind commenting below. I make a case for Jack Grealish being an excellent substitute. I think that he doesn't, simply playing well as a substitute doesn't mean you have to start the next game, because I think you can contribute and have match-defining moments as a sub. Do you think that his performances make him undroppable now, don't you?
I agree that just having a good substitute performance doesn't necessarily mean you start the next game. I agree with that. But I also think Jack Grealish is England's best player. I genuinely mean that. I think he's England's best player. You have to have your best players in the team. Like, when I've said before, Saka, I don't know why Saka's starting, or I don't know why Foden's starting. I always then get criticism of, Foden played well or Saka played well, what are you talking shit for? But I'm not criticising those two individuals as players. I'm just saying, in Jack Grealish, we've got a man that is ready right now for this tournament. I think he's shown that when he comes on.
I agree. I think the truth can lie somewhere in the middle. I think you are right. He has looked England's most dangerous threat, but equally, the way that we seem to be tiring opposition out and introducing him to have that effect is working well for me.
How important was Kane scoring today? Like?
Huge. I mean,
Sterling has been the only goal.
Harry Kane being on the score sheet is so important for about 1,000 reasons.
Yeah.
The fact that the team must be sort of worried that we're not scoring enough goals. It must be like a palpable issue in the team. So the fact that we're not scoring was a problem. The fact that we're so reliant on one goal scorer is a problem. The fact that people were genuinely starting to say, does Harry Kane deserve a place in the team? Is he doing enough around the match, if he's not scoring, to justify his place? Calvert-Lewin has apparently got the hump as well. So all of that now is put to bed. Harry Kane is off the mark, and if he can use that goal as a springboard...
He'll score against Sweden or Ukraine. I keep saying Sweden because I think they're going to go through, but he scores against them. That's it now.
I think
because
so.
he's no longer going into the game, and I actually think being in Rome helps.
Yes.
Because England are not the away team now, but
Yeah.
teams aren't coming to Wembley thinking, "Oh shit, we're playing England at Wembley." So now, like, maybe they'll come out more at us. That will open up some space at back. I don't think they will, but being in an away stadium even changes things up a little bit and takes some pressure off.
It's truly magnificent, and the symbolic moment that has happened today. England, you know, when we beat Colombia on penalties, that felt like a moment. That felt like something that we had to overcome. There was a monkey on our back, and now it's gone. Knocking Germany out of the tournament today, that feels the same to me. It feels symbolic, and I am elated.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, right. I don't know why I'm not as happy as I usually would be about international football. I'm old now, innit? But just thinking how happy I would have been as a kid.
No, but this is
like, right now,
are you not warming up? Do you not think that?
I'm delighted that England are through.
But you're warming up. You know, if England win again, and you're
yeah.
not getting more and more. Like by the final, you're going to come in. You're going to come in with face paint.
I'm getting the bug.
Yeah.
But part of me is just thinking, like, if I was a kid right now,
I mean, I
would have been loving this shit.
But I'm like that. I'm like that now. I am like a kid at Christmas.
I had when I say,
so
remember
good.
when JJB used to give you an England flag?
Yeah.
The JJB,
Yeah.
I had all that. I had like the face paint.
It's going to be spectacular on the weekend, and I think that today we have to acknowledge that we've knocked Germany out. Germany are good. People like to slate this Germany team. They say they're not the team they were or whatever.
Still a very good team.
Still a very good German team. Kimmich, Kai Havertz.
Havertz was very good today, by the way.
Very good.
And that midfield as well. I thought Rice and Phillips weren't particularly good in the first half.
Tony
In the
Kroos
second
had
half,
too much
they
of the ball, didn't he?
Second half they were.
Yeah, I
very
agree.
Good.
Do you know
Saka,
who else I thought was
first half,
amazing? And a lot of people were saying maybe Tyrone Mings doesn't need to be dropped. Even when Harry Maguire is back, Tyrone Mings doesn't need to be dropped. That's nonsense, isn't it? Harry Maguire is fantastic. He is fantastic.
He's unorthodox and he's horrible to watch in that he moves in right angles. He's very ploddy.
Should have scored.
He doesn't get headers on target. But he actually improves your defence so much. And one of the things for England is we're starting attacks 5-10 yards further up the pitch now. Whereas Mings is happier to just ping it to the fullbacks.
No, it's fantastic. Today has blown my mind. It has been spectacularly good. I've loved it. I think I'm going to do a live later because this is
a live later.
I think I'm going to go live later just because I'm so happy. There's so much to discuss.
A little drink and oh my god!
There it is. The stunner.
Just like we did to Germany. Stun them.
Out of 10, give me the performance there. For England, what are you giving that performance out of 10?
Good question. I think it was like maybe like an 8.
See you soon, Ad.
See you later. I think it was like an 8.
Subscribe.
Right? That was like in terms of outcome, 10.
Yeah.
But the actual performance, that's what it's difficult to match the two because I went into this thinking, Germany are weak, they're there for the taking. That's a good thing. So I'm like, oh, right. But for me, the outcome here is get to the final, prove that this is England. We get carried away every tournament. I don't want to look back another one and go, get carried away. Everyone's going, why aren't you celebrating? I'm like, first of all,
I'm getting carried away. Do you think that?
Yeah, but that's good. You can get carried away. It's just that's not my way of doing it.
Do you think that? Okay, am I getting carried away, or is there because getting carried away suggests that it's mistaken? I do believe that there is something, and I do believe there is genuine possibility for England to win the tournament. Am I wrong? Am I being carried?
Of course, he's still in the tournament. But there's another dragon to slay now. So we slayed in the first one, Germany. The arch rivals in Europe, the arch nemesis of England in Europe. And it is a nemesis. I heard that 7 a.m. this morning, I was listening to the news. That's what it said. England play their nemesis today, Germany, right? Yes. And they meant that in football terms, we're not talking about political. The next one is to play a side that aren't favourites, are underdogs, and therefore make England the favourites in the game, and England the team that have to play the smart football and be the ones who are in control. That's the next one, Slade, because Iceland and other events where England have been surprised.
I mean, we didn't beat Costa Rica in 2014.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean, other events. There's plenty of other times where we can go, should have done something there, should have done something there. This is another opportunity. But
Do you think we take it? Do we win in Rome?
Yeah, I think England do win in Rome.
Mate, can you imagine sitting on this table on the kickoff?
I sit in the chair, but you were almost on the table.
Watching England win and earn a place in a semi-final in a European tournament. This is going to be one of the best Saturdays of my life.
But then comes the next bit. You're in a semi-final, as Gareth Southgate has reached before and has heard for the past 3 years.
Redemption.
You've been there, mate. You got to the semi-final, but you didn't do it when we were testing against a good side. And I guarantee there'll be articles tomorrow that, and because I'd probably be the smart ass writing it if I could. They're not the Germany that we know.
No, but so people love to
this
see
is a good confidence.
Still a very good Germany.
I get that, but the point is though that I can foresee that coming because I know we on the show we're always looking for the other angles, and that's what we have to do. We have to sit around this table and go.
Yeah,
so when you go England are in,
explore.
I've got to go. I can't go. I agree.
No.
I've got to go. Yeah, or did he play adaptable football? That's the point about this. He literally went into the tournament and said, "We can play 3, we can play 4 at the back. We can play this kind of football, we can play that kind of football. When we play this team, we'll do this. When we play this team, we'll do this." Now it's time for England to show that they can deal with a side that are not Germany. And that, maybe it's to prove that when we play a Scotland level team, I get Sweden and Ukraine are a bit above Scotland. When we play those kind of sides, that side that we don't quite consider to be favourites, what do they do then? What's the mentality then?
We win.
I hope so.
And we get to the final.
I hope so.
Mate, it's going to happen.
I love how happy
It's going to be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Please click subscribe. And I'll see you all in a bit. It's coming home.